read something this weekend, and I love it when I'm working on something and then a line crosses me from some other experience I'm having, and I go, that's it. It's a line from Martin Buber, the Jewish philosopher, so I'll represent Emily Acker's world, since she can't be here with Martin Buber, who said, all actual life is encounter. I take his all actual life to mean if you're really living, you are in an encounter. And I think that's what these three plays really are about, is how do you bravely encounter what you need to encounter in the world? And the progression of the way we're doing these plays starts with, how do you encounter yourself in F.A.T? And what happens when what you encounter in yourself is not what you like? And how do you then really encounter your true self and embrace who you are to move forward? Or as Kaya puts it, how could I love him when I didn't even fully love myself? And there's the encounter with the self, and she embraces it. What happens when you are actually trying to encounter the world and you're not sure how to do it, and some people are blocking you? You've discovered who you are, and then you're trying to make an encounter with someone who's maybe different from the way you were raised or how you grew up. And that's, I think, what Aimee is asking us. And sometimes you don't know what to do. Should you make the encounter or should you not? Or as her play ends, should I get off or should I stay on? Should I make the encounter or am I not ready? It's a great question to have on the stage. And then we get to Milk and Honey, where we have Jonah encountering the next phase of his life, a young Israeli who's entering his military service and making a bold choice, but then he's also got to go through all those other encounters that the two monologues showed us. He's got to encounter who he truly is. I'm gay. And then he encounters somebody that his background had always told him should be on the other side of the fence, a Palestinian. And he's going to try to be brave and actually make the encounter and in some way lead himself and maybe his family through to that. And he's wrestling with, as Emily says in the play, or as Khalid says to him, you can't just split yourself in two. If you're going to make an encounter, you've got to fully be yourself. These are really brave conflicts and questions to put on the stage. And I've always thought the theater was a meeting place, a place where people from different places could come together and share one thing, have an encounter with a story. And we're going to push that because we're going to have the cast encounter the audience. We're going to maybe have the audience talking to each other. So let's look at this as we are putting actual life, to use Mr. Buber's phrase, on stage and inviting an encounter with great stories, with great questions, and with kind of essential dilemmas. How do you embrace who you are? How do you take that self out into the world? And what happens when there's pushback from the world? How do you push through?
We are talking to the young Kaya Johnson, who's the writer of the monologue F.A.T. Say hi, Kaya.
Hello, I'm Kaya Shirley Johnson.
So how was it, your first rehearsal? How was it?
It was really nice. It was really, you did great, actually. You're amazing, as usual, whatever. And I don't know, how did you feel about the revisions?
I'm loving the revisions. I'm very excited.
Yeah, I was really confident. I knew you would convey it pretty good. I knew it. Yeah, it's really an exciting experience.
Yeah.
Can't wait. I'm going to be a real writer when I grow up, so
that's
it's
right.
Me at 17. It's you see me.
All right, we'll check you later.
Okay.
Aimee Leong, the playwright who wrote Torn Between. So you just saw the first rehearsal of the entire production, entire read-through. What did you think?
Okay, I'm sorry. It was pretty good. Finally got to see other people. Like earlier through the process, it was just revisions and talking on the phone and communicating through emails and stuff. And now I actually get to meet people and get to hear like a read through everything and know what's gonna go on for the past couple of weeks. Now things are gonna start rolling. Like we're still gonna. I'm still gonna do some revisions, but not. I already killed a big chunk of it beforehand, and yeah, I'm just pretty glad things are moving now, and I'm getting even more nervous because March is coming up and everything, and it's pretty good.
Nervous but excited?
Yeah.
Awesome.